Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Rugrats Go Wild. Now, as you know, Rugrats Go Wild is a 2003 animated musical comedy crossover film that was meant to follow a crossover between the Rugrats and the Wild Thornberrys. I remember my grandmother took me to see the movie. I remember enjoying it, and I also never watched the film again until years later to cover my review for it. And looking at it now, it's okay, but it's not one of the best crossovers I've seen. Now, the premise of the film is meant to follow the Rugrats as well as the grown-ups planning to go to the Lipschitz cruise. And we kind of see they miss it, and we kind of see how Stu rents this kind of rundown boat and wants the family to be together. And you can kind of tell Stu's intentions are good, but it becomes clear that everyone gets annoyed at him for basically screwing things up. And we kind of see how after getting stranded on a desert island, we kind of see how the grown-ups are quick to blame Stu. We kind of see how everyone is at each other's throats. And we kind of see how Tommy and the others try and find help and explore the island. And of course, we also see how the Wild Thornberrys play a role in the film. We see how Nigel kind of gets amnesia and thinks he's a kid. We see how Angelica tricks Debbie into thinking she's an island princess. We see how Donnie basically swaps clothes with Chucky. And we kind of also see Spike talking for the first time, who was voiced by Bruce Willis. And I would say Bruce Willis voicing Spike actually works, because he sounds like this kind of gruff but kind of down-to-earth guy, which I think sort of fits Spike's character. Now, this is also where I think the team-up doesn't really have a real villain, because when you've got the Clouded Leopard Siri, it kind of feels like she's more of a side villain that doesn't really work. And the problem with the crossover, it had potential to explore more with the Wild Thornberrys as well as the Rugrats, which doesn't work. And I feel the movie does copy a lot from the first film, because you basically got monkeys in one scene, you got them stranded on a desert island, instead in the forest, and really the stakes aren't risen up this much. And also when Dee Dee does say, I feel like this has happened before, as it's like them knowing that this has happened before back in the first film. And I would say, personally, if I was to do the film, I would have had it that the Rugrats actually go to the cruise. I would have had it that they basically ended up getting themselves lost on a kind of raft boat and having the grown-ups to explore the island to find them. It would have been an interesting idea. But no, we basically got a unnecessary team-up between the Wild Thornberrys that doesn't really work. And again, crossovers can work if they're done correctly, like Leo and Stitch when they teamed up with Recess, the Proud Family, and also American Dragon. Or when you kind of got, like, say, OKKO teaming up with Garnet, Ben 10 and Raven. Or when you kind of got, say, Power Rangers when they teamed up with the Past Rangers to help them out with a return of an old foe. But this just feels unnecessary. And I also remember these sort of Odorama cards, which had a foot, a plant, and a fish in that. I remember that Nickelodeon did get in trouble with the Smurorama Ovision cards when the director for the film Polyester tried to sue them, which turned out unsuccessfully. And I think I like the idea that Susie does play a key role in this one, because she actually does try to be the voice of reason. She does try and help in her own way. But I think, to me, Rugrats Go Wild is a hit and miss, but it isn't as bad as what I think people said. But I think the movie deserves thumbs in the middle. It's kind of okay, kind of alright, but really a hit and miss. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.